With Avengers Doomsday getting ready to begin filming soon and Doctor Doom taking over as the big bad, many fans have been wanting for Kang's story to be able to conclude rather than just throwing him away after setting up a huge storyline with this character in Loki and Quantumania. Marvel could have just completely ignored Kang as they move forward with the MCU, or make a quick reference in some dialogue on how the TVA was able to stop him. But I think that would be extremely underwhelming after the post-credit scene for Quantumania showing the giant council of Kangs to lead up to a huge battle just for the TVA to stop them off screen. But luckily for fans, throughout many insiders, it has been confirmed that Marvel has decided to conclude Kang's story in Avengers Doomsday. This wasn't their original plan before all the lawsuits on Jonathan Majors, but they are finding a way to put a conclusion to his story without completely leaving the fans in the dark about the teases for the future of Kang, without seeing any more of Kang in the future. There was a lot of backlash on how Kang was supposed to be the next MCU big bad like Thanos was, and having him appear in an Ant-Man film and losing to Ant-Man. But now that Kang is not going to be the big bad, it makes me feel a little bit better about how he was concluded in Quantumania, depending on how they wrap up his story in Doomsday. Reports have stated that originally, Marvel and Kevin Feige were going to bring back Jonathan Majors in Doomsday to wrap up his story, but they ended up changing their minds and will instead recast him. That makes me a bit upset how they are going to just recast Kang just to wrap up his story so we don't just get left in the dust after the teases of his character in Quantumania. If they ended up just recasting him, why couldn't they just recast him right away and continue the plans they had for Kang as the big bad, since they have been building him up throughout the beginning of the multiverse saga? Don't get me wrong, I love Doctor Doom and he is one of my favorite villains, but for the track record of the MCU, it just doesn't feel right to have Doctor Doom come in as the big bad in an Avengers film without any build-up. He is a character that I would want to have at least 5 years of build-up and teases before he makes his break as a giant big bad like Thanos was. Yes, there have been rumors of Doctor Doom making a cameo in the Fantastic Four film, which he needs to do considering that Avengers Doomsday comes out less than a year after the Fantastic Four film. But it still wouldn't feel like enough of an introduction before his movie comes out. But apparently, the way Marvel will go about concluding Kang's story is by having Doctor Doom kill Kang. This probably will be the best choice if they aren't going to continue Kang's story, and also help represent how powerful and how huge of a threat that Doctor Doom is. Especially since Doom can't kill just one of the Kangs, it has been specified how he will have to kill all of them to completely kill Kang. If someone is just about to extinguish an infinite amount of variants of a singular person, then that will definitely raise a huge flag to the TVA, especially since their main priority at the moment was monitoring Kang variants. Imagine how scared that would make the TVA if their biggest threat that they are monitoring throughout the multiverse is just wiped from existence by a single person. That level of threat is the only way Doom can be justified as the big bad without years of character build-up. Assuming if this happens, he will most likely dethrone Loki and take over the TVA and presumably lead into the next movie, which is Secret Wars. So let me know down below what you think of this news and if Doctor Doom should kill off Kang to conclude his story and introduce Doom's story. And also make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on more Marvel news.